Here's what y'all said. Y'all said, we're going to leave these heathens because they bothered us and they causing us not to keep the commandments. And you thought if we get over here that we could keep God's commandments, we would live wonderfully and we would live happily ever after. But that's not what happened, now did it? Somebody came over here and took all your land from you. And the Bible talks about that.
Put my trust in a pig-eating pastor. Never kept the Sabbath, but he looking for the rapture. Studied for myself, had to read through the chapters. I left the Christian church and caught ghosts like.
Okay, but what have you been told? How'd your people get here?
That we was already here.
That you was already here, okay. Before that, how did you get here? Let me tell you something, then I'm gonna prove it. Before you came here, there was nobody ever here, ever. Nobody ever came here until your people came here. That's why there's a Decalogue stone in New Mexico, written in Hebrew, of the 10 Commandments. Now understand that. Even the scholars know that your people wrote on there. So that means you spoke Hebrew, and you were here before the white man, right? Now, did you know all of this is in the Bible? Say your name again? Junior. Okay, Junior, this is all in the Bible. This is about your people. Which tribe are you? Are you Mexican?
Yeah.
You're Issachar.
That's right.
We're going to prove that, because you got to know this. How you doing, Smell? Sister Vargas. Come on here, Sister Vargas. You're Hispanic too. Mexican? Your tribe of Issachar.
That's right.
I'm showing Junior and Sister Vargas, how did your people get here? It's in the Bible. Read that.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners.
Now, if you come over here, Sister Vargas and Junior, and you look from Ephraim on down, it's the 10 tribes. That's Puerto Ricans, that's Cubans, that's the Dominicans, that's the Guatemala Panamanians, that's the Mayan Indians. That's Gad, you call them Native American Indians, but they're the tribe of Gad. You got Reuben, it's the Seminole Indians. You have Asher, that's the Inca Indians, but it's the tribe of Asher. Issachar, that's y'all Issachar. So whenever you read the Bible now, you hear Issachar, it's directly talking to you. And the last one, Naphtali, which you could Gaucho Indians over there by Argentina and Chile.
In time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanasar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters.
So God carried your 10 tribes over the waters from the other side of the earth.
And so came they into another land.
Through visions and dreams. Sister Bar, you listen to this? Did you listen to this? Through visions and dreams, you got on sailboats. This was a mighty endeavor. This took a long time to do, but you got over here. Go on.
But they took this counsel among themselves.
What was the counsel they took amongst themselves?
That they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
Here's what y'all said. Y'all said, we're going to leave these heathens because they bothered us and they causing us not to keep the commandments. And you thought if we get over here that we could keep God's commandments, we would live wonderfully and we would live happily ever after. But that's not what happened, now did it? Somebody came over here and took all your land from you. And the Bible talks about that. Go on.
And go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
Let me ask you a question. When AA and NA talks to addicts and the addict says, I want to go to a different city, what do they tell them? They say, wherever you go, you're going to take you with you. So if you were disobeying the commandments over on the other side of the world, you're going to disobey the commandments over here as well. That's what your thinking was. If I just get by myself, I can keep these commandments and everything be all right. But that's not what happened.
That they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land.
You hear that, Junior? That they might keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land. So your thinking was, if I came over here to America, Asaph, then I would keep my commandments. Is that it? Or is it? I know there's more.
And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow passages of the river.
Read fast.
For the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood, so they were passed over. For through that country, there was a great way to go.
Great way to go.
Namely of a year and a half.
It took a year and a half. I told you it was a great endeavor. It took a year and a half to get over here.
And the same region is called Asaph.
And this place is really called Asaph, not the United States of America. That's what y'all called it. That's how your people came over here. So if somebody comes up to you now, Junior, and they ask you, how did your people get over here? What will you say?
God took us. He took us through ships and visions.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Would you tell them that it's in the Bible? Yeah, where is it at? 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40 to 45. Now here's what some of your people are going to say. They say, well, that's the Apocrypha. You're not supposed to be reading that. That's what they're going to tell you.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. It's nation time.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word